In less than a month, we will be celebrating July the 4th, the anniversary of our country's freedom from Britain 250 years ago. And that's a key note to put out there today, is that it was 250 years this year since we obtained our freedom from Britain. 250 years comes out to approximately 2,998 months, approximately 91,200 days, and approximately 2.1 million minutes. And a lot has happened in America since 1776. But let's go back to the Declaration of Independence for a minute. Why did we get rid of Britain? Why did we fight for our freedom from King George III? Well, maybe somewhere, I don't know if they still teach it in school, but maybe somewhere along the line, you might have heard a joke on Family Guy or something like that regarding the Boston Tea Party. What that was about was that the King of England, King George III, had put such a high tax on tea that in protest, they were taking the tea from the ships and throwing it into the ocean because they didn't want to pay that tax. King George was the type of individual who all he cared about was himself. He didn't care about the Britons that actually lived here. What he cared about is what he could take from the Britons who colonized this land for him. Everything that they did had to be exported back to him. Every kind of rich that was found here, mineral or whatever, had to be sent back to him. And he taxed us for living here. You'd think that over the course of 2.5 centuries, 250 years, we would have learned our lesson by this time. That greed is not good. That taxation without representation is improper. But yet we still have things like gerrymandering. For example, in the state of Texas, Jasmine Crockett, the U.S. representative from Texas, noted recently that there is a majority of Black and brown people in the state of Texas as compared to Caucasians. And yet, 2 more Caucasian congressional seats were added, but none for the Black and brown people. However, the federal government is willing to accept their taxes. They take their payroll taxes. In fact, if you've ever earned a paycheck, you know that those taxes are removed before you even see your money. That's called taxation without representation, because you don't have somebody in Congress fighting for you. The same kind of rule applies to unions. Whereas, if you don't have somebody fighting for you collectively in the lawmaking forum, you're never going to get the proper pay or benefits that your work requires. I'm always confused with wealthy people. Well, not really confused, but I'm always curious why they believe that a person that does back-breaking hard labor outside in the sun or whatever conditions should make so much less than those sitting behind a desk when they're the ones that are physically ruining their health, their bodies. They're basically ending their life faster than someone who sits behind a desk. But this is, 250 years we haven't learned yet. That's why yesterday I said it's time for a hard reset. We have to get out of this self-centered mindset of, I'm going to get mine, you get yours. We have to get out of this mindset of greed is good. We have to get out of this mindset of profit over humanity. If we stop it all and change to that point of view, everyone gets treated fairly. Just for a preview tomorrow, I'm going to be talking to you about this whole business with transgenders and so on and so forth. I'm going to give you a viewpoint tomorrow. And it's not what you're thinking that it might be coming from me, but it's something to think about.